What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Morgan Good, CEO and Director of Carlyle Commodities. It's a pleasure to have you back today, Morgan. How are you doing?
I'm great, Aaron. Nice to see you as well.
Yes, of course. So let's start by talking about the company, everything that you've been up to since we last spoke. What's been going on?
I think we spoke a couple of weeks ago. So obviously, we've just wrapped up our phase one drill program of a little over 2,000 meters, 3 holes. The first of which was about 1,000 meters, testing the known inferred resource of about 1 million ounces of gold and 5 million ounces of silver to depth through the resource itself and to much deeper levels than ever drilled prior. So we just put out those assay results this week, which we're really excited about.
Yeah, so now let's talk about that. So the company just reported intercepts 689 meters of 0.51 grams per ton gold at the Newton project in British Columbia, including 30 meters of 1.24 grams per ton gold directly below your current inferred resource. Can you tell us more about this exciting news, what it means for the company?
Absolutely. So the existing inferred resource of about 1 million ounces of gold, 5 million ounces of silver sort of sits in a semicircle shape from surface to about 400 meters in depth. And so this 1,000-meter hole was meant to not only give Carlyle some due diligence on the first 300 or 400 meters through the resource, but also to test below that resource to previously never tested zones before. That was the first priority. And as you can see from the results, nearly 700 meters of continuous over 0.5 gram gold is an exceptional result as we see it, particularly highlighting that 30-meter section from the 415 to 445 meter mark, also below the known resource, tells us that there's some really interesting high grade to be followed up on, as well as I said before, contiguous mineralization at depth. I mean, that's a really, really long intercept of some really solid gold grades. And I think there's a lot of exciting things to follow up on as we plan for the next set of assays coming soon, as well as a phase 2 program later this spring.
Definitely, congratulations. And what are the next steps for the project after this positive news?
Holes 2 and 3, we're expecting the assay results from them over the next couple of weeks. So obviously excited to see what they tell us. And after we can kind of combine all of that new information and data together, we'll be able to really put together the best strategy to follow up on for phase 2, which we would expect again later in the spring, probably around the month of May. But I think, that hole, that 700 meters, 0.5 gram really it's a big deal. And we're now really confident that we can follow up and continue to test, sort of expand upon that deeper zone as we enter the phase 2 program in a couple of months.
So with that being said, why is now such a great time to take a closer look at Carlyle Commodities?
Well, obviously that hole tells us that, we're in the game. Gold's been sort of making a nice bounce here in the last week or two in light of some of the other, things that are happening on a macro level. Obviously, there's been some banking news the last week or so that has been pretty interesting. And I think it's bringing a lot more interest back into the precious metal sector, particularly gold. So I think that right now is a great opportunity before we see that big move to hopefully north of 2,000 over the next quarter, to take positions in companies like Carlyle that are undervalued, that are trading at low valuations, obviously with, a great asset like the Newton and 1 million ounces of gold already in the company.
So the price of gold has performed very well recently, like you said, due to the volatility in the market, everything going on in the financial sector. What is your outlook on gold for 2023 and beyond? I know you said hopefully we can get to 2,000. I'm in the same boat. I hope so. But any other thoughts?
Yeah, I just think that, the US dollar has been sort of propped up for far too long. And I think that that's all starting to sort of, come back to reality here. As I mentioned about some of the banking crisis in the last week or two, you're going to start to see a much more bullish macro tailwind in the gold sector. I think we're seeing that. And I think we're already at favorable prices, particularly having a Canadian jurisdiction asset, to make something like Newton economical. But I think over the next 24, 36 months, we're going to be seeing a really strong market in gold. And we're excited about that.
Yes. Hoping for the best. So finally, where's the best place for investors to find out more information on the company?
Obviously, our website, www.carlylecommodities.com, and on our various social channels.
Great, Morgan. Well, thanks for sharing that information. Congratulations on the positive results. We'll definitely have you back on, as more results come out and the company progresses.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. Looking forward to be back.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.